Hi, it's Christina Nichols with NicholsGPS. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome to this week's What's on the Whiteboard. We're wrapping up the conversation about annual plans, and let's think back to where we came from in the conversation. So we started with laying out the year and marking some key pieces or communications that we knew we would be including in the year. And then we went on to talk about analysis. And last week we talked about creating your ideal donor persona. So how does all of this get put together into something that is useful and informative and something that your team can use throughout the year to craft your communications? So I go back to how we had put together the year. I'm not going to write it out, but so we have your months here, and you lay out your year. And you look at and you do your analysis. What's working for you? What's not? And you have your happy donor persona down here to keep in mind. So what I would encourage you to do is to actually not think about the months, but think more about creating some, whether they're quarterly campaigns or mini campaigns throughout the year, where you have a start to finish with the communication cycle and with all of your channels. So let's keep it really simple and say you have 3 channels. You're using phone, email, and mail. That's it. That's all you're using. So in that way, if we have your phone, your email, and your mail, how do you combine those together to create a really concise mini campaign based upon a clear message and call to action? These have a combined call to action that is reflected in all of the channels. And this mini campaign drives to your larger annual campaign or annual communications plan, your annual message. So what I would encourage you to do first is to think about what is that high-level message that your ideal donor wants to hear from you, and get that down to like a nugget, a sound bite, something that's really easy to recite and keep front of mind. So get your annual message and then break that down into whether it's 4 or 6, 8, 12, whatever it is, mini campaigns that draw upon the channels that you have available to you with a very clear call to action. And that call to action should be repeated in all of your channels. One of the ways that I like to do this and to lay it out, I'm really a kind of spreadsheety database type of girl. I like to use something like Smartsheet or Asana to really lay out the year, think about these campaigns, create them, but then have them kind of, I guess, drive up to that higher level of your annual message so that you can see, whether in a calendar view or a spreadsheet view, what are the tasks that are due next? What is coming up? Who do I need to be contacting now to have content for the coming mini campaigns? And just how are we going to put it all together? And I like having a space that your whole team can access and look at and also edit as the year goes on. We know that the best laid plans, right? So you lay out your plan and then something changes. You have a new president, you have a crisis in your organization that has to be responded to, and then the rest of the year has to be modified. But that's the way it works, right? That's why we have a plan, so that those things don't catch us off guard. And we already know, hey, we're using these channels to address this call to action. Now our call to action has changed, but at least we still have the plan in place and have some of the key communications pieces already laid out so that we don't need to scramble in those situations. So that concludes our annual plan conversation. I hope you've enjoyed it. Last week I mentioned that I do have a monthly newsletter that goes out and talks more about these the topics that are on What's on the Whiteboard, as well as other things, and I often have downloads in them to help you with your own fundraising communications. So if you would like to subscribe, I really encourage you to do so, and you can find that at www.NicholsGPS.com. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching this week's What's on the Whiteboard, and look forward to next week and introducing a whole new topic.